your windows. Lock your doors. Keep your loved ones near. Time is running out. It's here for fear.
Thanks for joining us. We're Ear for Fear, and I'm Donovan.
And I'm Rick. And today we're going to be talking about 1981's Happy Birthday to Me. So, Happy Birthday to Me, a 1981 Canadian psychological slasher film directed by J. Lee Thompson, starring Melissa Sue Anderson and Glenn Ford. Essentially, the plot revolves around 6 brutal murders occurring around a popular high school and a birthday party, a very creepy birthday party.
Yeah, what's today?
Well, today's my birthday.
It's not.
I know.
It's the day after your birthday.
It was yesterday, but
it's close enough.
Yeah, we're doing it a day late, but we felt it was a appropriate movie to do since my birthday was just yesterday, and
it's kind of funny. In my head, I always think your birthday is the 31st. Yeah. And it's because it's very clean. Last day of the year.
I know.
But it's not. It's not. The 30th.
Oh, I know. A lot of friends and family always seem to get that confused over the years.
I've trained myself to know it's the 30th, but it's hard to get rid of that idea.
Yeah. I actually had a friend text me the day before my birthday, which has never happened, and wish me happy birthday. I said, well, thank you, but you're a day early.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that never happens. It's usually the 31st.
To be fair, it's better to get in early.
Yeah, at least. And she did text me on my birthday, so that was okay. But yeah, we felt it was an appropriate movie to talk about. So. Yeah, the 1981, I guess, Canadian slasher, Happy Birthday to Me. What was funny is before we started recording, we started talking about this movie, and we probably went back and forth for a half an hour. I mean, half an hour, trying to figure out the plot of this thing, which is so goddamn convoluted.
Well, no, the plot of the movie is pretty simple. It's the ending that is convoluted and makes everything else a mess. And it's hard to not talk about this movie without talking about its ending.
Oh my god, I know. It's friggin' all over the place.
This movie is okay. This is an okay movie mired by its ending. This is a solid slasher movie, a fun slasher movie, but its ending is infuriating.
It's so like I was telling you earlier, I hate the ending and almost love it at the same time. And let me explain. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. The ending, you're fucking confused. What's happening here? But then at the same time, there's this. Here they are in this rundown cottage that looks like no one has cleaned or visited in 4 years. And it's cobwebby and it's dark and it's stormy, and you got all these victims essentially basically laid out on at this birthday table, and so to me there's kind of a cool creepy feel to it, but then that's it, and then everything starts to unravel, and you're like, seriously. And when I first, and what's funny is because I'm a lot older than you, I remember when this came out. Now, I didn't see it in the theater because it came out in May of 81, so I would have been 9.5 at the time. And at that time, I'll be honest, I don't even remember seeing many horror movies. So I wouldn't have, but I do remember seeing it in the video store. And for those who are listening, I miss the video stores. I wish they were still around. Maybe not the Blockbusters or the Hollywoods, but maybe those old little hole in the wall places. I miss those places where you you go in there on, say, a Friday or a Saturday, and you literally spend an hour or two walking up and down every aisle, picking up stuff. Have you seen this? No, I haven't. Oh, it doesn't look good. You hold on to it, and then you got like 6 or 8 movies in your hand, and you're not going to watch 6 or 8 movies. But then it's a process of elimination. You start putting them back, and you go, okay, well, I don't know about this one. But this movie, I remember in the video store because it had a cool ass cover of the guy getting the shish kebab, in the throat, in the mouth, which is interesting because he's not even in the movie and he's not the guy that gets shish kebab. But I always fucking loved this cover, and I remember picking it up in the video store and renting it. And back then, I don't remember what I was. Maybe I rented it at 10 or 11, and at the time, it seemed really cool.
How'd you rent this movie?
More than likely, I talked my mom into it, or my cool older uncle, or something like that. Because they're not going to rent it to 11 or 12-year-old. So that's my guess. Is I sweet talked my mom, or maybe my grandma was okay with it, or my uncle at the time. He would have been, 5-7 years older than me. So, and I remember watching it and liking it, but again, I was 10, 11, 12, and, what did I really have to go off of, but rewatching it now when I'm a lot older, it just doesn't hold up at all.
It sounds like I like this movie more than you, which is very surprising.
It's very surprising.
I think this is a solid movie up until its ending. It's an okay slasher. You've got a bunch of fun kills. It's indelibly weird. There's very odd scenes, like the one in the tower.
Yeah.
Where it's going from jokey to creepy, and it doesn't know which mood it wants to stay in.
Yeah, he's being, he's joking with her, and then all of a sudden he goes psycho on her.
And at this point in the movie, we don't know who the killer is. Yeah. And you might suspect it's Jenny. We don't know it's Jenny quite yet. The movie's not pushing on that whatever so hard yet. So we think it could be him. And just prior to that, he's like, there's a practical joke where he puts a skeleton and has a scarf. Yeah. We don't know yet that that's not a practical joke yet.
Yeah.
I think we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves, though, talking about the ending.
Yes.
What is the plot of this movie? How does this movie start? How do we get to its crazy, stupid ending? So the movie begins at a pub? No. The movie begins with a cold open with a killing.
Yeah.
Bernadetta, right?
I think it was Bernadette.
Bernadette.
She's part of the clique, the top 10. And she's going to meet everybody at the pub.
And what school doesn't have their own top 10 that everybody knows?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I know. And then what's funny is I know they get to this is what's strange. We know this came out in 81. It was filmed in Canada. It was produced by 2 gentlemen that ended up doing My Bloody Valentine, which is a movie we'll talk about down the road, which was also a Canadian slasher movie. So we're supposed to believe that because this takes place in high school. This is their senior year, so they're 17, 18, and they're drinking freely at a pub, and so that got us thinking. Well, maybe in Canada in the early 80s, it was okay to drink at a pub at 18 or 19. So maybe it wasn't that strange. Again, we're supposed to just ignore that.
One thing that comes to mind, does the movie ever say where they are? Did we figure that out?
I don't think it does.
They don't know. This is, I'm very insular. I've really only been in California. The only accents I've been familiar to are stuff I've seen on TV. I just don't get out much, apparently. Do they have an accent?
No.
Are we supposed to?
Well, that's the thing.
It sounds so American to me.
Well, it is because
do they live in just any town?
I think so. I think
are we supposed to think it's some any town, but they're going by like Canadian drinking law?
That's what we're supposed to believe.
It seems so American to me the way they have this hierarchy in the school.
Yes.
Because you've got the 10 and then you've got everyone else.
And then you got everyone else.
But the 10 never seems to matter outside of the ending, where the 10 is, I guess, is just they're rich. Is that the
Yeah,
case?
I think
they don't even have to be with popularity.
Status,
It's just,
top 10. But to me, and we can do this later, but I still question the top 10. It's just strange to me. It's some of them I see. Okay, I get it. And then you got the Alfred character, the creepy taxidermy guy who seems so fucking like doesn't belong in this top 10. Like but whatever. I mean, we could talk about that later. I guess I'm getting off path here, but
there is an argument to make that they were just very inclusive of all types of people in this clique.
Sure, I guess.
But
that's true.
He's carrying a rat around, a mouse.
Yeah, mouse.
He's carrying a mouse around.
Yeah.
He has weird taxidermy stuff.
Yeah.
And he's making models of his friends' faces.
Yeah, which look goddamn good for 1980-81.
They don't, and their friend, all these people are assholes to each other. They're stealing each other's girlfriends and boyfriends.
Yeah.
And they all seem to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Like their friendship always comes out in the end.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No.
I don't understand how these people are friends.
I know it's weird. It's a weird, creepy circle.
Is the movie trying to make a point that the money is the thing gluing them together? The status is the thing that's gluing them together?
Yeah.
I didn't think this is where the conversation was going to go.
Yeah.
Is the movie making any commentary whatsoever? What do you think?
That's a good question. I don't know. To me, they jump around from partner to partner so much, and it doesn't seem like, to us, we look at it and go, well, that's strange. But when it's happening in the movie, it doesn't seem that bizarre,
It's very weird how that couple, the blonde, the short-haired blonde, and then the other blonde guy just kisses the girlfriend when they're fighting.
Yeah.
And that just goes along, and they're seeing each other. They're crossing some weird social boundaries.
They are, but maybe it's just because of the money. It's weird how the main character Ginny, or Virginia, or Ginny, I think she goes by Ginny, Melissa Sue Anderson, who people would remember from Little House on the Prairie.
I think some people listening might not remember her at all.
Yeah, they probably won't. But she's done other stuff along the years, but she was mainly known for Little House on the Prairie. That I think it aired in the early 70s to like the early 80s for about 9 or 10 years. But I think everyone remember her from that. And while she was filming Happy Birthday to Me, she was still doing Little House on the Prairie. She took a break from the show to do this, but she's the main character. And she is frequently with a different person. It seemed like every scene, like you could almost argue that somehow they were trying to push her on every single guy within this group of people, and then not to mention the damn creepy relationship with the doctor, and then the kind of weird vibe you get from her dad. I don't know what the hell they were doing there.
Yeah, she definitely has an odd relationship with the doctor. And she also has a very strained relationship with her dad. And the father scenes were also kind of weird. I wasn't sure what tone they were going for there either. They seem to have like a forced lovey-dovey relationship.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yes, where he's...
It's like he's trying too hard and she's trying too hard to reciprocate or...
Yeah.
Accept it.
It's almost like he's treating her like she's still like, say, 14 or but she's 18, and just the way they kind of interact, I don't, and maybe it's as simple as because of her accident, that she had 4 years earlier, and then the
right.
surgery to her brain, maybe he still sees her as a I don't know, a 14-year-old and treats her that way and talks to her that way. But then she also does it to him.
That's true, Because with her accident, she was basically out of commission, recovering for 3 years.
For 3 years,
3 or 4 years.
Yeah, because
it's possible in his eyes, she never stopped being 14.
Maybe.
Just because there's this lack of progression or maturity during that time where she was recovering from this traumatic accident.
Yeah, the accident
But let's talk about how we get to the accident, right? So, being in the movie starts with Bernadette being killed by someone off screen. We don't know who this guy is. We know this person is wearing gloves.
Yeah, we don't know who the person is. But yeah.
I say guy because it seems like a fairly masculine figure.
True.
This person is able to dominate this girl physically.
Yeah, yeah.
At the time, most killers were male.
Yeah, in most slasher movies, if not all slasher movies, the killer is usually a guy.
I think our prejudice is supposed to be leaning towards male.
We
also know that this person kind of towers over Bernadetta because we do see this person.
Yeah, and she knows the person.
Exactly.
That's important because she knows the person.
The killer is even wearing the scarf.
Yeah,
the scarf, the very iconic blue and gray scarf that's, symbolic of the school.
Yeah, definitely the colors of this private high school that they go to. What's the academy called?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Crawford Academy.
Crawford Academy. Yeah, the one thing that they always seem to have that's dominant through the movie are these scarves.
Yeah.
Which come into play later on. But yeah, so we know that she knows the person. The person essentially dominates her. At the beginning of the movie.
She's at ease when she sees this person.
Yeah.
Turns out it's a killer.
Yes, it's the killer.
Bernadette doesn't get choked to death. She gets her neck.
Yeah, she gets cut. Yeah,
and then she promptly dies. Yeah. No one discovers the body. She's missing.
Yeah, she's missing.
She was on her way to hanging out with the Crawford 10.
The top 10. Yeah.
Is that what it's called? The Crawford 10?
I think they call themselves the top 10, Crawford 10. It doesn't matter. There's 10 of them.
It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They're the in people to hang out with. They're
the clique.
The elite. The elite. So she, they're at the pub. Hey, Jenny shows up late. And I believe Alfred show up late too?
They both show up late.
So we know Bernadette is.
Who is okay? Very important question. Is Anne already there?
I think Anne is there.
Anne is already there. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Anne is already there.
That's actually super important. I believe, and again, we'd have to double check, but I think Anne is already at the pub.
She's hanging out with everybody already.
They're all hanging out. They're all drinking. They're all having a good time.
So this, all things considered, we would at this point, if we're keeping track, if your mind is already trying to solve the puzzle, figure out who the killer is. Our two prime suspects at this point. Yeah. The nerdy kid.
The creepy nerdy kid.
The creepy nerdy kid. And our main character, Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny. Yep.
Those are your prime suspects based on this timeline.
Yes.
Anne and all those other guys, out of the question because they're already at the pub.
They're already there. They're already there getting their drink on, having a good old time.
So yes, Bernadetta is supposed to be meeting the top 10 at this pub. All these other people are already at the pub. Two of the members show up late. That would be Ginny and
Alfred. I think it's Alfred, yeah.
Then some not important stuff happens.
Yeah, I think they get irritated by the Grand Poobah group of older gentlemen that are singing obnoxiously. They get pissed off by them. They offer to buy him a beer just to apologize because I think they got a little irritated by the rowdiness of these gentlemen, and then they put the mouse inside of the beer, and then they all scramble out of the pub, and they all hop in their cars. I can't remember. I want to say one of them was a Trans Am or a Camaro. I'd have to double check. Was one of them one of them wasn't a Corvette. Was one of them a Corvette? I swore one of them was a Corvette. So they're establishing the fact that they're elite. They have money, but the whole bridge scene irritates me.
Right. So this bridge scene is important for a big reason, and that's because it traumatizes Ginny.
Yeah.
We don't know why this is such a big deal to her now. We will find that out later. But these guys, this Crawford 10, play a game of chicken on this bridge. One of those rising bridges that come up to form an A to let boats and ferries underneath pass.
Yeah.
if you make it over, you got big balls. If you don't, well, you're a big old chicken.
Yeah, what the bet I think was $20.
$20 bet.
$20 to risk your life, and then essentially if you do get over, to damage the shit out of your vehicle. Yeah.
I thought that was so fun.
For $20.
It's a great bit by the movie. I love this bit.
Yeah.
He destroys his entire front of his
front
car.
end of the
Probably cost thousands of dollars to fix.
Yeah.
But he won the $20 bet.
He won the $20. He got over the bridge.
It's great.
But again, we're supposed to believe, well, if they're elite, well, who cares? Mommy and Daddy go buy him a new car. Who gives a shit? I'm gonna screw up the car. I'm gonna damage it to hell. Which some of them were, and I'm gonna win that $20. I'm gonna win that. That bet's important to me. I'm gonna win that.
Yeah. The damage to the car's allowance money. Who cares?
Yeah. But Jenny freaks out.
She runs off into the woods
because her home is nearby.
Yeah.
Which is convenient. But her home is, so she gets out of the car. She's pissed off. She's upset. She heads through the woods, and we find out that her home is nearby. I think if I remember correctly, she stops by the gravesite of her mom, because it's her mom who died, I think 4 years earlier, is buried near the house. So she stops by, pays her respects, goes inside the house,
Well, there's stuff happening along this sequence. She goes to visit her mom at her gravesite. It turns out she has a straggler following her.
Yeah.
Do you remember this guy's name?
No.
This is the foreign.
He's the exchange student, dirt bike rider, motocross guy.
An all around tool.
Total douchebag.
Yeah,
right?
You're not supposed to like this guy.
No, which is interesting that this. I mean, I guess it makes sense to me. He's one of the ones. There's a couple of them that don't seem to fit in the top 10. The Alfred doesn't seem to fit, and he doesn't seem to fit. He's an exchange student, which is funny. Because, and again, and maybe you don't think this is weird, but to me, I always remembered exchange students coming for 6 months to a year, and we're to believe this guy has been here for 4 or 5 years, because that's what we find out later on in the movie. I don't know what exchange student does that, but whatever. But he's essentially following her home.
Yes. In his defense, he's handsome and he's good at racing.
Yeah, a good-looking guy, I guess. Yeah.
So he's following her. He spies her at the gravesite. He follows her home. She has a weird interaction with her dad.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember what happens. What happens here? What are they talking about? Is he just like being fatherly stuff? Like, hey, you're out late. Are you okay? No,
I don't even think it was that. I can't remember what it was. I'll be honest.
It's super forgettable. I just remember it being very weird.
It was a little weird because if this was the scene I'm thinking of, was where he says something to her about moving, and she says, "No, I want to. Yes, I love this house. I want to stay in this house. This is home." And so they have. He's like, "Okay," and then they hug it out, and I think she goes up to take a shower. And then this is when creepy foreign exchange student dirt bike rider, I guess somehow gets into her bedroom, and while she's showering, and takes a souvenir, which is a pair of panties.
You know what
which
I like?
Is just so. This is just. It's weird to me though.
What I like about this scene is it's played very creepy. You're supposed to not like the fact that this guy is doing it, and this is not too long after movies like Porky's and Animal House kind of fetishize
Porky's
the idea of creeping on women, right?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
But this is a very strange scene. You're not supposed to like this. And then the scene, there's another thing that kind of surprised me about this movie. There's no nudity in this movie. This is a slasher film in the early 80s.
With no nudity.
No nudity at all.
No, there wasn't, was there?
Usually you go into these movies expecting to be titillated in multiple ways. You're supposed to be seeing skin.
Oh, yeah,
and you're supposed to be seeing a lot of death. I don't know if that trope specifically was established in the early 80s. Now, you tell me.
Yeah, I would say absolutely especially for a slasher, an early '80s slasher. It was almost like
This is 3 years after Halloween, right? Is that
yeah,
right?
70. I think Halloween was 78. Yeah, because essentially this is, because Halloween blew up, this low budget, slasher movie blew up so big, then everyone wanted to capitalize on it. Then you got the Friday the 13th, and then, in 81 alone, Hell Night, The Prowler, My Bloody Valentine. If I remember correctly, again, 81 I think was like the prime year for slasher movies, and most of them, if not all of them, had movies, had something going on, and so for this not to have it, and the only thing I can think of is because with Melissa Sue Anderson in the movie and her doing that wholesome show of Little House on the Prairie, maybe it was like, hey, no, I'll do the movie, but there can't, I have a reputation, I don't know.
That makes it even worse. She plays a wholesome character on
Yes, and Little House on the Prairie.
The fact people would know that going into this movie.
Yes.
They would recognize that. So the fact that this guy steals her panties,
yes,
steals her undergarments, could be one of the worst crimes you could commit. It's a violation to a supreme degree. You're supposed to hate this guy.
Yes.
He sucks.
Yes.
So that happens, and then she freaks out because the window opens that she had previously locked.
Yes, she locks it up.
That ends the scene. The next scene, if I remember this right, is Anne and Jenny laughing because they're trying to run to class because they're running late, but they're having a good old time doing it.
Yeah.
They're laughing as they're running late to class. Which is very jarring. I swear that's the last.
Is that the next scene?
The next cut is literally them laughing as they're running to class.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And this movie does this occasionally. They'll have these very contrasting tones, either within the scene or back to back. This is one of those times. We get this very creepy scene. We get that sort of denouement with the scream. Cut to now it's daytime. They're on a sidewalk amongst grass and trees, and they're running to class, and they're laughing.
To class, yeah.
It's very strange.
Which to me, and again, maybe this is more strange to me than it is to you, but the fact that all not, well, I think I would say 9 of them now, because we know Bernadette's dead and missing. They don't know that she's dead. They just know that she's missing. But then, what was this like a science class or something like that? And all 9 of them or 10 of them are sitting at the same damn desk in the front, which is just weird to me. Like, they're not spread out around the class. Literally, all of them are in the same desk at the front of the class. I don't know. Maybe I'm focusing on the wrong thing. To me, that I just found that really weird. Rewatching this, going, really? So that, I've been in class with friends, and I would be in the front, they'd be in the back, and they'd be spread around. But
Yeah, this is movie framing. We need to know that these guys are best buds.
Yeah, they're best buds.
They have to be together, and they're so important. They have to be in the front.
Have to be in the front, all on the same desk. Yeah,
right.
And it's all squished together, because that, you think about it, there's 9 of them now. Supposed to be 10, and then the table wasn't that big, and they're all squished together, But anyways.
The movie is trying very hard to make it seem natural, but I'm pretty sure they're spilling off at the end too. There's not enough space at that table.
No way. And if you add the 10th person, there's no way in hell they all can fit there and actually do work. But whatever. It's a movie. Okay. So, and then after the whole, they do a little jokey thing in the class with the teacher and with the static in his hair which was just dumb to me, but whatever.
Right. The one kid who put the mouse in the beer.
Oh God, I forget his name.
Real practical jokester. He makes the teacher's hair stand on end. This guy's funny. We're supposed to like this guy. He's hilarious.
And he's not a terrible character. I don't dislike the guy. He's just not. To me, he's almost forgettable. He's it's like Alfred, I would say, is more memorable. I would, obviously Jenny and Anne. Even and I wish we would have wrote this down, but even the big ass nose guy, that nose is huge. I think he's the one that drove the Corvette. He's even more memorable. He jokes a little bit, and but yeah, I the blonde guy, yeah, he's there.
That guy exists. I would say the jokey guy is way more memorable than that guy.
He's the joke. Yeah, he's his. You think so?
Yeah.
You really think he's more memorable? I see. I don't think so.
We're talking about a guy who puts a rat into a beer.
Mouse. Yeah, mouse. Rat. Same.
I'm pretty. Yeah, mouses are more cute.
Yeah.
Mice. He has a really good bit with a skeleton when everyone's going missing in the garden. It's a great bit. He also cuts his hands cutting the rope. Another great bit.
No, that's not the blonde guy. That's
I'm talking about the dark hair guy.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the blonde dude.
We're clearly talking about different guys.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're talking both blonde guys, really. The workout guy, the jock, and the guy with just...
Yeah, see, that's what we're talking about. The dark hair, the dark hair guy, definitely more memorable character, yes. Yeah, because he's the star of the soccer team who kicks in the goal to win the game. He jokes a little bit. He cuts his hand in the bell tower or whatever. So yeah, I think we were talking about the different character. The blonde guy to me was he wasn't as memorable. At least I didn't think he was. Again, because we seem to be confused. Maybe you're not remembering him right.
Where were we? Science teacher.
Yeah, and I want to say the next. I want to say the next.
Well, there's an experiment with some frog legs.
Yeah.
That's kind of important later. This triggers some red glowy stuff, kind of a cool effect on Ginny.
Yeah.
Ginny's clearly remembering something.
Yeah.
Do we get to see at that point what she's remembering? Or is it just red light and we're not supposed to know yet?
I almost want to say there was a bit of a flashback with that. Because definitely the frog legs
we're seeing a piece of a creature being experimented on.
Yeah.
Right. Being forced to move, even though this frog wasn't actively trying to move. Right.
Yeah,
its legs.
It
right.
was just
a little bolt of electricity to stimulate the nerves, move the muscles.
Yeah. And I think it did trigger something with her. She starts to slowly start having flashbacks and stuff that she starts remembering bits and pieces of stuff that happened years ago. As to her accident and her surgery.
Right. So Ginny's not all there.
No,
she's not.
Very likable. She's super likable at times. Like I mean, really likable, and but yeah, I mean, there's definitely something going on there, and as we get further along, it starts to kind of come together as best as it can. But I believe after the whole classroom incident or scene, I mean, isn't it now where they're
the next scene is directly to Dr. Faraday.
Oh.
And then we get, I think so.
I thought it was the whole dirt bike riding, racing.
Is it?
The whole racing thing.
No. Is it? I don't know. This movie's an hour and 51 minutes, and all these scenes are getting jumbled up in my head.
It is. It's very long for a slasher movie.
Well,
a lot of things going on, almost like where you have to think way too much for a slasher. You shouldn't have to think that much for a slasher movie. Give me like an hour, 20 minutes, hour, 30 minutes, and I'm good. You're at an additional 20, 30 minutes to this thing, and you're just, oh my God,
Let's talk about the backstory. Dr. Faraday.
Glenn Ford. Glenn Ford's the actor. Superman. He was in Superman, the original Superman with Christopher Reeve. He was did a lot of acting. The courtship of Eddie's father. Later on in his career, can't imagine he was happy doing a slasher movie. Maybe similar to Betsy Palmer in Friday the 13th. I mean, before she passed, she did interviews, but I always got the feeling that she never really was proud of being Mrs. Voorhees, so maybe Glenn Ford here as the doctor. I don't know, maybe later on in his career, I don't know, was this a paycheck for him? I'm not sure. From what we heard is he wasn't happy on the set, was drinking a lot. You know, who I don't know. You know, I can't speak for him. But yeah, you know, we have a scene with the doctor.
Dr. Faraday tells us something very interesting. Ginny was in a car accident with her mom. She had brain damage.
Yeah.
Effectively dead.
Yeah.
But some super scientists come along, super doctors, and they're able to restore her brain tissue.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
It's a pretty fantastic idea for this movie. They spend very little time on it. They don't explore it at all. You think they would. They don't.
No, they don't. Oh my God. Could you imagine how much longer the movie would have been if they did?
2 hours and 51 minutes.
Yeah.
All you need to know is that they regrew her brain.
Yeah.
They regrew her brain, and now she's okay.
And now she's okay.
She's an okay person.
Except for her blackouts occasionally.
She'll have blackouts.
Flashbacks, blackouts.
Apparently attributed to this procedure she had where she regrew her brain tissue. I just want to emphasize that. They regrew her brain.
Yeah. Shit.
It's a horror movie.
The advancements
we sweep it under the rug. They regrew her brain. I don't know. This is coming to me now, but the movie doesn't explore this at all. This is not too far off from her literally being a zombie. She effectively dies, comes back. They regrow her brain.
Drowns, right? I mean, essentially she drowns.
She's basically dead, comes back.
Yeah.
She's a zombie. I didn't realize that. She's a zombie.
Well, I mean, that's something we're getting a little off base there. I wouldn't go as far as...
But yeah, we get this crazy backstory. She's alive now. She seems okay. She was in recovery for 3 or 4 years. Now she's back at school. She can just go straight to her 4th year, apparently.
Yeah. And what's funny, and they talk about it a little bit, but we know that she was at the school... I'm going to assume her freshman year, was there a week or two prior to the accident. And then when the accident happens, she essentially, you know, she's getting medical treatment, getting better for 3+ years, shows back up her senior year, but no one remembers her, supposedly. She makes it, she even says in that clock tower or whatever that was, she even mentions it to that guy that, hey, you know, I was here years ago, but only for a couple of weeks, and no one remembers me. You know?
Yeah, the flashbacks. She does seem pretty forgettable. In all honesty, the fact that she's friends with them now is almost insane. But this entire Crawford 10 idea is insane. So. Just another leap of logic.
I don't know. To me,
you know what? Anne is friends with. Okay.
So Anne.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
I mean, we've already been in there, but Anne and Jenny are supposed to be sisters.
Yeah.
Now we know that Anne is the killer. Now is
oh, you ruined it for everyone, son of a bitch.
Now
they're gonna turn off now.
Did Anne bring in Jenny into the top 10 as part of this diabolical plan?
I don't know if it...
Is this giving it too much credit, or are we just supposed to assume that Jenny somehow got her way into the... It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's not important. It happened. Let's just let it be, please.
Maybe Anne did. Maybe this was all part of her diabolical plan to, you know... Or she just, I don't know, all of a sudden got... She came back to school, was, you know, they had an open spot in the top 10, the Crawford 10. I don't know, who knows? So someone graduated, someone left, who knows? Maybe they kicked them out. They weren't cool enough, they weren't rich enough. Hey, let's bring Jenny in. So now Jenny's in. She's excited. She is stoked that she is part of this. I mean, I think she even says something to her. I believe, if I remember correctly, at the graveside of her mother. She makes mention of the fact that she's in the top 10, in this top 10. Like, it's a big fucking deal.
Well, it is a big deal.
It's a status thing. It's like, Mom, you'd be so proud of me. I'm part of their group now. You know, the elite, you know.
But we find out that's a big deal because these kids were kids that were invited to her birthday party.
Yes.
That the mother specifically invited because they come from a family of status, of wealth.
Yes, very much so.
So her... wanting to relay that information to her mom makes sense. Hey, mom, these are the kids that I try to get to the birthday party. Now I'm friends with them.
You would be proud of me because I'm now part of this group, this clique.
Yeah.
And so
I'm part of the vapidness you found important. Right.
Yes, that was so important to you 4 years ago. Wasn't so much important to me, but it was really important to you. And then I invite. I have this birthday. 4 years ago. New to the school. So I'm new to the school. Let's say I'm a freshman. I'm new to this school, and you want me to invite all these people that don't even know me. And then you're pissed and you're shocked that none of them show up. Really? Like is that really shocking? Like I'm at a school for a couple weeks, and all of a sudden my birthday rolls around, and I'm inviting all of these rich people and all the cool kids, but they don't fucking know me. Why would they show up to my birthday?
I didn't even think she did invite them. I just assumed she said. I assumed that she said she invited them for her mom, but she didn't invite them.
That's right.
I don't know if that's the case. I just assumed she didn't, and they were just gonna play. She was gonna play out the birthday party, and not tell her mom that she didn't actually invite. Now It's not important. It's not important. They didn't show up. She's a sad little girl of 14.
No, I think she did, and then because I remember her telling her mom, they don't even know me. They don't even know me, and so the mom, of course, is pissed, and none of them showed up. How dare they? So they
right.
So they
before all that, murders are happening.
Yeah, murders are happening. Blackouts, flashbacks.
Let's talk about some of the kills real fast. Bernadetta slice in the neck. Kind of cool.
Yeah. That's a cool. I think it was a switchblade.
Yeah, cool effects. I'm always down for like little necks being torn open.
Yeah.
What else? Who else dies here?
The foreign exchange student. He after the whole.
He wins a race.
He wins the race. Yeah, with his good luck charms, which is Jenny's panties. That's. I think that he has in his pocket or something.
Yeah, he has it by his heart. Yeah, this guy sucks.
Yeah. He gets he's cleaning his tuning up his dirt bike, and then of course he has the cool Crawford Academy scarf on, and the killer rolls in with of course he doesn't hear anything because he's got his dirt bike going, and so he's hitting the throttle and checking out stuff, and then the killer takes the scarf and throws it in the tire. So he
either chokes to death he dies by getting his face like grinded
up. I almost want to believe it's maybe the latter, which is his face gets that's what I want. I want it to be that.
That's the cooler kill.
That's a cooler kill for me.
The fact that this guy wasn't dead already by having a scarf near a moving tire is shocking.
Yeah, right? Yeah, like it. Yeah, while he was tuning it up and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna totally have a scarf on.
Blondie Greg, he's working out, doing.
I actually enjoy this kill.
It's a good kill.
It's a good kill. He's lifting weights. The killer rolls in. And
the killer nonchalantly rolls in. Hey, it's you.
Yeah, hey, it's you. I had some weights add some more poundage to the bar. Because I want to get my sweat on. I want to get my workout on, and he at first it seems fairly easy for him until
more and more weights are put onto this thing.
It seemed like a lot of weight was being put on there. Of course, it was at his his suggestion to do that. Hey, can you put some more on there?
And this is a great idea. Help your victim, help you kill them. It's honestly a great idea.
It is actually a good idea. I love it.
And so he or she, obviously we know it's Anne. It takes away whatever you call it. The thing that the weights rest on?
Yeah, it's like a bar rest.
There you go.
Yeah.
She takes it away, and then instead of, I guess, just doing one of these behind his head. He's obviously not thinking straight. He works out. He doesn't read a lot.
Yeah.
He's not a good problem solver. He just cares about getting those gains. She gets a weight, throws it on his junk.
Yeah,
the weight's split open his throat or whatever. His throat,
yeah.
It crushes his throat.
Yeah, comes down.
It's cool.
It's cool. I actually enjoy this.
It's not super bloody, but it's obviously very graphic. It cuts away from anything gnarly. It's a cool kill.
It's a cool kill.
It's a restrained kill.
I've always enjoyed that kill. In all the slasher movies, I've always liked that one. It's a good one.
It's a great build-up.
Yeah.
More and more weights are being put on there. This guy is sealing his own fate. It's a great kill.
Yeah.
And it's got a great climax with the weight thrown, being fallen onto his neck.
But what annoys me, girlfriend shows up.
Oh yeah.
A little while later with the pizza and beer, more likely pizza and beer, definitely pizza, and nowhere to be found. It's all cleaned up. There's no blood. She
does it really, really fast. Anne is a great cleaner.
She's a great,
She's great at it.
She's great. I mean, shit. Getting stains out of the carpet, the blood out of the carpet.
She's also surprisingly strong. Are we supposed to assume she took the time to take off each individual weight?
Yeah.
Or she just carried that fucker out of there.
No, remember when the girlfriend comes in?
Also, keep in mind, these people probably weigh between 120 and 200 pounds.
Oh, absolutely.
She is chugging these people miles to a house.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Let's not forget. Yeah.
Also,
the cottage, because, but remember when the girlfriend comes in, it's all clean. But then when the door the weight the weights come crashing down, scares the shit out of her.
Almost crushes her.
Yeah, it almost crushes her. That's a great kill.
Alfred gets stabbed in the gut.
Whatever. I mean, that's with some shears. That's cool enough, I guess. I mean, this was always what I remember about this. And it's on the cover. It's on the cover. Looking at it right now, 6 of the most bizarre murders you will ever see. Okay, well,
first of all,
they weren't. I mean, but okay, but it sounds hella cool. It sounds really cool, right? Especially if you haven't seen this in the movie theater when it came out in 81, and you're in a video store like I was, and I pick it up and I see a guy's mouth open and a shish kebab, and I read that shit, damn right I'm gonna rent that. That sounds cool, The
fact that there's 6 murders, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
To me,
because I read that as like, oh, this sucks. I know exactly when the last kill is coming.
Yeah.
But that could almost be like, look at these 6 spectacles. Be prepared to go on 6 roller coasters. Enjoy every single one.
When you pump up the 6 most bizarre, I'm looking for something off the hook. I'm looking for some great kills, and
the language was too much for you. It oversold it.
It's okay, but
I love the shish kebab kill.
I do. That's a great one too.
It's very vulnerable.
I'll be honest. I don't think. At that point, was there ever a shish kebab kill? And has there been many since then? I mean, that's a fucking awesome kill if you think about it. You're getting your grub on. You're getting your little drink on. You're thinking you're gonna get laid. And hey, I'm feeding you the shish kebab, and motherfucker, that's a good kill.
The being stabbed behind the back of the throat is not an easy death.
That's fucked up. That's a fucked up death.
You're thinking about that for probably a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in the movie he just dies, but come on, he's probably thinking, boy, did I mess up. But yeah, it's so great. I mean, who hasn't thought about these skewers are very scary. What if some unfortunate accident happened and this hit the back of my throat? And now you're making that into a kill. That's a great kill.
It's a great kill.
It taps into something that everybody thinks about.
I'll be honest. I didn't eat, because after I watched that, back in the early 80s, mid 80s when I watched it, I didn't have shish kebabs for a while after that. So yeah, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's a damn good kill. So what shit, after the shish kebab we got
We got Alfred. We have an off-screen kill with Anne, quote unquote.
yes, Anne's kill.
We see her corpse in the bathtub.
In the bathtub. We at this point, Jenny's having all these creepy.
Jenny is very slowly going insane.
Yeah.
This movie does a very bad job with it. If you want to see a really great movie where there's a slow descent into insanity, not necessarily a horror movie, but it's Perfect Blue, movie I know you have not seen.
I have not seen that.
Now, this is a fantastic movie. We should check it out. More of a psychological thriller than a horror movie.
Okay.
And a movie, Requiem of a Dream and Black Swan with Natalie Portman.
Oh, yeah.
All take reference from that movie. It inspired a lot of American filmmakers. Anyway, great movie.
Yeah.
This movie is not great at it.
No.
Kind of to its fault. If this movie just chose a lane and stuck with it, then this slow descent into madness would have been a great choice for it. But this movie's kind of dipping its toes into multiple pools.
To me, it was almost like they just were not sure on what the hell they wanted to do. They it's like, we know after Halloween we had just this onslaught of slasher movies. Some of them did a great job, some of them did not. And it's like they almost like just took bits and pieces and trying to piece it together and I don't know, were they rushing it? Did they overthink it? I don't know. Whose fault is it? Is it the writers? Is it the director? Because the director J. Lee Thompson, he has experience. I mean, hell, he did the original Cape Fear in 1962. He did a couple other horror movies prior to this. None of them, they weren't slashers. A slasher movie. He did Eye of the Devil from 67, and he did The Reincarnation of Peter Proud from 75. So this was his first slasher. The guy he did a lot of movies. So I don't know, whose fault is this? Is it they were rushing to get this done because they wanted to capitalize on the hype of the slasher? We know that it was a Canadian movie. We know that the producers around the same time were producing My Bloody Valentine. My Bloody Valentine, I believe, started. God, I don't remember if it started before or after Happy Birthday to Me. I almost want to say they started filming after My Happy Birthday to Me, but finished. They pushed it to get it done before Valentine's Day, so they could release it. So My Bloody Valentine, they rushed through that. I don't know on this one. I don't know. I don't know what happened here. I don't know if there was a lot of rewrites. I don't know what they were trying to do. But yeah,
we're so close to the end. Let's get there. Anne's corpse is in the bathtub. She calls Dr. Faraday. Dr. Faraday comes over.
Yeah.
I just want to say again, Dr. Faraday, the whole relationship there is kind of weird.
Dude, it's creepy, man.
He's going to spend the night with her.
Yeah, almost the weekend because Dad's out of town.
Right.
Remember, Dad's going to come back for her birthday.
This is her birthday weekend. This Sunday, I believe. Dr. Faraday comes over. He consoles her.
Takes her into the bathroom because he's like, look,
he's convinced that there is no body.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but they go up there.
All in your head, Jenny.
There's no Anne body. Yeah. No Anne corpse,
but we know that. But we see Anne in the bathtub. She's drowned. We know her car is across the street because the police officer comes over to the house. Jenny, I think, is sleeping, and they question the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm here.
But he lies that he's been there all week, and he's only been there for like a few hours at that point.
I think so, or maybe a night.
Yeah,
because I thought he had come the evening, and it was the next morning. And,
I think you're right.
Yeah, and Jenny was sleeping, and
because then the father comes in later that night, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember
that last night, which is her birthday.
The last night, her birthday. Yeah, but I mean, Anne's car is across the street. She's disappeared. Hell, we're to believe that Jenny's killed her. Mm-hmm. And so we get like. That rewatching this again, that damn relationship with the doctor and Jenny is really weird. It's I don't know, it's creepy.
He's not even the guy that fixed her. He's just kind of he's almost like a therapist or
psychiatrist or something. Yeah,
guiding her through it.
Yeah, talk her off the ledge if she's she goes a little nutty.
But he's like putting her hand on her cheek. Yeah. She's hugging him. She went in for a kiss on his his hand or something. Somewhere.
Something. It's weird. It's weird.
It's odd.
Yeah, it's odd.
It's not really explored outside of a few scenes. So we don't really know any backstory about their relationship. We just know he's been a positive influence on her for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, at this point, he shows to her that Anne is not in her bedroom, dead. They talk for a minute. She exits the room, and then we start to get a close-up of a fireplace poker, right? What do you call those things?
Yeah, fireplace poker.
I got it.
Yeah.
And then he's killed by this poker. We don't see who kills her. We assume it's Ginny.
Yeah,
is his hand also gloved?
Oh God,
it's not really relevant at this point because they frame it so much as Ginny.
It's Ginny, yeah.
Of course, it's Ginny. She just left the room. Everyone else is dead.
Everyone else, yeah. For word to believe, everyone else is dead. Or at least the relevant people are dead.
Even if you showed us the face that it was Ginny, it doesn't screw with the ending, the twist ending at all.
It doesn't at all.
Why hide this information? It's baffling. Anyway, he dies. There's a giant pool of blood.
Yeah.
From the hit on the head. His body disappears from the bedroom. The father shows up.
Ginny, now, mind you,
Ginny is gone. Dr. Faraday is gone. She shows up to an empty house.
Shows up to an empty house. This is important though because, and we got to go back. It's storming. It is coming down. It is raining, which we're gonna have to backtrack a little bit because now let's not forget 4 years earlier at Ginny's 14th birthday, when she threw this party that Mom had to invite everyone to and no one showed up to. Remember, it was storming that night, and Mom threw Jenny into the car, drove to the other house, which is now is Anne's house, this gated mansion. But we forgot. We got to talk about this before we get to that ending. We got to talk about the whole relationship there. There's a weird interaction there. It's how dare they not show up to my daughter's birthday party? Someone greets them at the gate. There's some dialogue there. They leave and she's pissed. The mom is fuming, and it is coming down. It's storming, it's raining, and then she goes over the bridge. And she's pissed off, and she gets the bridge starts to open up, and then the car falls into the river, whatever the hell it is.
This is why Ginny was so upset at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Her mother passed away on the very same bridge. Because the car fell over
falls into the water. Mom drowns. Jenny's able to get out.
They're not that deep, but the mom was pinned by some random bit of metal.
Yeah, I almost want to say it was a seatbelt or something. I don't know. It
seemed like a rod of some sort.
Yeah. Conveniently, she couldn't get out.
She's trapped.
So she opens up the windows because at this point there's no water inside the car. It's filling up a little bit, I think, But as soon, open up the windows, Jenny, get out. I'm gonna drown. So it all starts to kind of, we all start to see these flashbacks, and we get the whole her getting upset at the beginning.
Jenny has a head injury during this. We don't really see it. We see a little pool of blood when she comes out of the car, or up from the water. So yes, it happens. This is the linchpin of the whole movie. The mom died. And Jenny got hurt, and these two factors make her unwell.
Yeah, not stable.
Not stable. Now, if the movie stuck to a specific ending, we could even go as far as to say crazy. Yeah. But because it doesn't go that way, she is just an unwell person. She regrew her brain. She She regrew her brain.
Yeah.
And there's a couple problems with that.
Yeah,
It's never been
yeah.
done before.
Yeah.
So, what else do we want to talk about? Do you want to talk about any more about that? We've set that up. That's the backstory that we've been missing.
Yeah,
The father knows this is a very delicate subject. Bad weather apparently follows Jenny and her birthday.
And her
around.
birthday. Yeah, do we know when her birthday is?
It's not important. It has to be near the beginning of the school year. So sometime in August, September, October, somewhere around there.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess
that's sufficiently rainy weather. I take it.
Yeah, I mean, let's just assume it's September, October, November. I don't know. Then sure, I guess it could be raining, but it's just coincidentally raining on her birthday every damn year. You know, at least the important birthdays, the 14th and the 18th.
I mean, does it not set the mood?
Huh?
Does it not?
It does set the mood. And I actually like it. I like the storm and the because to me it's the thunder and lightning and and the storm and it's I don't know, it's nighttime and it's kind of creepy, a little unsettling, and Dad gets home from his important business trip and it's dark and
right. If this was a horror ride at like a carnival, this scene would be it. This would be your Disney ride. He comes home, empty house. Ginny's nowhere to be found. He starts looking for her. Why does he start heading towards the cottage? Does he start heading towards the cemetery?
Yeah. I think he finds the doctor. I think we know the grave is dug up. The mother's grave is dug up.
Mom is gone.
Yeah, we see the doctor.
The girlfriend of the blonde jock who died by the weights is kind of.
She's there.
She is kind of.
That is weird to me. What the hell is that?
Yeah,
because she's got a gift in her hand, but she's chilling out there like she's fucking froze up. Like she
saw something that broke her brain.
Yes, she's literally looks like a fucking statue out there. It's kind of creepy because she's out there in the rain. She's holding a present, but she's just fucking. I don't know. It's just weird. And so Dad sees the light. I think he sees the light from the cottage.
We see Dr. Faraday's corpse by the grave.
Yeah,
guy is totally dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
He starts going to the tree. See the cottage is lit.
Yeah. Definitely, Dad is concerned at this point. I would say concern is an understatement at this point. He's probably thinking, "What the fuck has Jenny done?"
Yeah,
she done lost it.
Yeah. He gets to the cottage. He knows there's something moving around in there because he sees the silhouettes.
Yeah.
We get to the very best bit in the whole movie. And that's Ginny coming out with a birthday cake amidst a bunch of corpses.
Yeah, all around the birthday, around the table because it's.
We have 6 of the Crawford 10 dead.
Well, yeah,
we got quote unquote Anne. We've got Brad.
Or is that his name, Brad?
I don't know. It's not important.
You're just making up a name.
We got the 2 blonde guys. We got Brad, Bernadette.
We got
4.
Alfred there.
Alfred is 5.
I don't know. We got 5 or 6.
We got at least 5 of them.
Sure, we got 5 or 6. But Dad rolls on in. And he's blown away. He's fucking petrified. What the hell has she done? I leave for a weekend and she's fucking killed everybody.
Yeah, and then happy birthday.
She rolls on and I do. That's the thing. It's like a love-hate. With me on the ending. Well, she rolls on out with the cake, and it's fucking kind of creepy.
It's awesome. It's really
cool. Here's my cake, and here's all these dead fuckers.
This is the little dot to the eye, the perfect little calligraphic eye. This is a great little end to the movie. This is amazing. I love this. This is creepy.
It's creepy.
The father is shocked. If you want to show someone how screwed up everything is, have someone reacting to it. The actor who plays the dad, kills it here.
Yeah.
This is beyond terrible and frightening, and I don't know what to do. I'm scared for multiple reasons. I'm learning my daughter's crazy. Yeah. She's singing happy birthday to me. Everyone's dead. Yeah, he's having a crisis right now.
Yeah.
She's singing happy birthday me with a cake like everything's normal. I love this so much.
But you know what's funny is there's a part of me that thinks like he knew this could happen. like he's shocked and he's scared, but there's a second there where it's like, yeah,
like he's accepting it at this point.
Yeah, like this, like I am surprised and I'm shocked, but I'm almost not, like, because of the fucking growing the brain back and all these blackouts and all these other shit. Like, yeah, I can see this happening. I'm upset and I'm horrified and what the fuck did my daughter do? But yeah, I mean, it could happen. Yeah. And so yeah, he sits and he's just trying to figure out what the hell do I do at this point, you know?
Yeah, and then he dies thinking that. He dies thinking his daughter's a monster who killed a bunch of people.
Yes.
Who went crazy.
Went all fucking, batshit and killed all of her friends.
Mirroring the very first kill of the movie, he gets his neck cut, and then he dies by the birthday cake.
Yeah, yeah. And
then,
we're like, okay, yeah. And cool. I'm thinking,
this is great.
Yeah, if you don't watch anything else, you're like, fuck, this is good. She went crazy. That's believable. Or maybe that she's had these blackouts and she just doesn't know. She fucking doesn't know what she's doing. She's blacking out. Yeah. Maybe this is another blackout. Because we like her. During the movie, there are times where she is super likable, and we're like, God damn, could she really do this? But then, fuck, and then it's like, but then, oh no, we can't have that.
There's, again, she regrew her brain. We can make the conclusion that there could have been a loss of humanity during this brain reconstruction.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. There might be a part of her that thinks this is fine. She got her friends for her birthday party.
Yeah.
She just drugged them by the hair, quote unquote.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, if she's
if that was the ending, there's a leap of faith here that you can make. There's a suspension of disbelief that the viewer could be down for. Yeah, that all makes sense.
But we're not going to get that.
But the movie doesn't do that.
Because, spoiler alert, Jenny is chilling at the table. We think it's a dead body.
We think it's Anne.
Because
she's wearing Anne's clothes. She's got a blue cardigan or whatever.
And her head's down. And we think, okay. Oh, but all of a sudden she wakes up. Jenny wakes up. And she's horrified. What the hell?
You're telling me there's two Jennies?
There's two Jennies here. But is there two Jennies?
Oh, wait, that's her sister.
It's her sister.
Oh, it's her twin sister.
It's her twin sister?
But wait, the mask, the latex mask comes off?
I'm cool. I am cool with I went crazy, I'm blacking out and I'm killing folks. I'm cool with, I had a twin sister that I didn't know about, and I don't know.
I'm not cool with that.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
I'm okay with that. Where has the twin sister been all this time? Okay, I don't know who knows where she at. I'm okay with the twin sister. Holy shit, I didn't know I had a twin, and she's killing all my friends, and I'm okay with that. But no, we don't have any of that.
She takes off the latex mask and surprises.
After the struggle with this other Jenny, the latex mask comes off of Anne, and holy shit! I mean, where did Anne find someone that good?
Alfred was a genius.
You think Alfred concocted that mask?
She said Alfred did it.
Alfred did it?
Yeah.
Alfred was that good in 1980, 1981 to not only, and again, we are supposed to suspend belief. Okay. But holy shit, she was identical. She looked like her. She talked like her. She did everything like her. And then the latex mask comes off and holy shit, it's Anne.
Yeah.
And then Anne goes on her little spiel on why this all happened, and there was an affair between Jenny's mom and Anne's dad, and this affair broke up the marriage between her mom and dad, and so what she and they're half sisters, by the way, which I'm still trying to figure out how are they half sisters. So So did Jenny's mom, get her freak on with the dad, and she had both girls, and then if she did, what? The mom, the other mom was okay with this and raised Anne as her own, knowing that it was part of an affair. Dude, seriously, this is where I'm confused. And maybe we missed something.
No, none of this.
We didn't miss
sense.
something because I don't think we did. But they're half sisters, and they look nothing alike, so we know they're not twins.
Anne wants to get revenge on Jenny and her family because the affair that Jenny's mom had with Anne's father broke up the family.
Yeah,
which a whole bunch of more questions.
There's a lot of.
Why was Anne's mom cool with raising her for most of her life, and then
all of a sudden,
deciding it's not cool, and then that being such a traumatic event that Anne would want to kill.
And
also, why would you kill the friends? You just want to kill Jenny.
You just want to kill Jenny.
Why center it around the birthday? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, Mom's dead, so you can't do anything about that. Mom died 4 years earlier. You want to torture. You want to essentially torture Jenny or frame Jenny for all these murders. You're killing all your friends. You've been friends with these people for a long time because, hell, they were at your birthday party 4 years ago. So my guess is you've been friends with them a long time. So you kill all these people. And if this was all about framing Jenny, well, shit, you could have killed the doctor or the dad and framed her ass. But you killed all your friends. None of this makes sense. And then if they are half sisters, and Jenny her dad through the movie, is that really the biological dad, or is it the other dad because they were having an affair? And so does he even know? Does this dad even know that he's not the dad? And there's so many fucking questions here.
Yeah, this
and as soon as you made that ending. What the fuck? And if you're 10 or 12 or 13, okay. But when you're older and you're looking at this shit going, what? Seriously, none of this makes sense.
This happens in the last 5 minutes of the movie, and it's fuck. And then the movie ends,
and it's like,
we don't get any answers.
Let's not forget the detective, the cop who we see periodically through the movie. He shows up at the cottage. I mean, I guess he knew there was a birthday. He must have saw a light. He at this point, I think he was looking for Anne, and he shows up at the birthday party. It's dark. It's storming. He knows, I guess, where the cottage is. Maybe he sees the light. He shows up. At this point, Jenny has killed Anne with the knife, and now everyone's dead. And the detective, the cop, is like, okay, the bitch went crazy. Jenny did and killed everybody. Because what else? I mean, he's not going to believe that. She could sit there and try to explain it, but really? Yeah, that's not happening. You've had this surgery. You regrew your brain. You've had blackouts. I've already questioned some of this stuff before with you. Anne's car is across the street, abandoned a day or two earlier. This is an open and shut case. Jenny's the killer. She killed everybody.
This is a bummer. This is a big old bummer.
Yeah.
Let's real quick just mention or talk about what's allegedly the original ending of the scripts. So this ending had Jenny be possessed by the mom who died in the car accident.
The ghost of the mother who died 4 years earlier.
Now, this is not the ending I would want, but I will say this ending is still better than the one we got because there's motivation to every single kill. There's a reason that all these kids are being targeted by the mom who scorned her and her daughter.
Yeah.
Mostly her because the mom is egotistical and really only cares about herself and her own image of herself.
Money, status.
Exactly. These kids going to a different party, well, that speaks poorly of her.
Yeah.
So that she would take control of Jenny, kill these kids, and then have them over for the birthday party. that they missed 4 years prior. That's a better ending.
It's a better ending.
It's sillier.
I don't like
it's a
that,
better
though.
ending.
I don't like the whole, especially in a slasher movie.
But let's ignore that ending and talk about what should have been the ending. The one that was just as well justified as the being possessed by the mom. And that's the fact that they regrew her brain. And
you can't get past this regrowing the brain shit.
She lost a little bit of herself, and she, not to use this term so loosely, but she went crazy.
She went crazy.
Her accident happened on her birthday. These kids missed her birthday party. The fact that they missed her well, assuming that they were invited, they were not present for her birthday party. Yeah. It upset her mom so much that it led to her death. Yeah. And now, in order to deal with that trauma, she is unknowingly killing the people responsible.
Sure. During these episodes, these blackouts that she has.
Right. And now she can finally have her mother rest in peace. They got her at her birthday party to celebrate. All is now right with the world.
Sure. Yeah.
And then you end with that great happy birthday to me. The dad is freaking out. It's very creepy.
Yeah.
He's discovering all this crazy stuff. Everything makes sense within the logic of the movie. There's proper motivation for everything that happens on screen. It's fantastic.
I would have liked to have seen something like that, and Dad doesn't die.
I want the dad to live too.
Yeah, I want the dad to live.
He has to live with this.
He's sitting there and he's, oh my God.
That's horrible.
That's horrible. I mean, and
that's horror.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That's everything the genre wants to be.
Yeah.
Him dying is easy. Him having to live with that, even though it's not his fault. That's what makes a horror movie horrible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's such a better ending. And I wish that's the ending we got. It's so obvious.
It's just,
but they had to throw in a twist. They had to do it because of any of those endings were not exciting enough. And that's a huge bummer.
For that time, and I'm not defending it, and I'm definitely not going to argue on their behalf, but at that time, the slasher film was really at the height. 1981. I mean, you had so many, like I mentioned earlier. The Prowler. You had My Bloody Valentine. Hell Night. Which we'll have to talk about at a later time, which I fucking love. I mean, I think Halloween 2. I'm sure one of the Friday the 13th came out. So many of them. Maybe they felt they had to have that twist, It had to give them something a little extra for people to come. I don't think they needed it, and they ruined it. They, for the most part, the movie's, decent up until that point. They overthought it. Like you said, they could have went with that ending with the mother possessing her. I still like the fact that she just fucking went crazy. I love that. Or a twin sister. I love a twin sister. What? I fucking had a twin sister. I know you're against it, but I would have liked that more. Yeah, they dropped the ball. Like I said, when I saw this when I was 12, 13, I liked it a lot more. Rewatching it now, twice over the last year, and me being older and me being more cynical probably, and dissecting this and picking this apart. Oh God, I think you probably liked it more than I did. Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
Isn't that nuts? I think so, because
I'm not saying I like this movie, but I certainly liked bits of it, and I certainly loved the ending up until the reveal. Honestly, the whole entire movie is fine. It's a fine movie. There's some bits and pieces here that just don't kind of work.
Yeah.
Specifically, anytime they're exploring sort of the physiological and mental ramifications of this brain procedure she went through. Yeah. But it's fine. And then you get to the ending and it's great. And then you get towards the end of the ending and it starts to fall apart.
The tail end of the ending.
I just love how she comes out singing "Happy Birthday" to me with the corpses.
And
it's like they had this idea and they reverse engineered everything else.
Yeah,
and that would be perfectly fine.
Oh my God! And like I was saying earlier, the whole setup, the rundown cottage that 4 years earlier was pristine. This is where they were going to have her original party, and it was so cool. Now it's like it's been sitting for 4 years, and there's cobwebs, and it's dark, and it's raining, and it's creepy. And then she rolls on out, and it's dark in there, and there's all the candles, and she's singing to herself, and it's, oh man, and then they just ruin it with that.
They squandered it. I have a question for you though.
Yeah.
Hour and 51-minute horror movie.
Too long.
27% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
There's parts of it that are quite good. The kills are kind of cool. The part of the ending is honestly amazing. Would you recommend this movie to people?
Man, I don't know.
In isolation of all the other great movies they could be watching, even horror slasher specifically.
No, I would almost say.
Would you say no on this?
I would almost say no. I would almost say no. Go watch My Bloody Valentine. Go watch Hell Night. From around that same time, because those are far better. And they're not trying too hard to be something else. I would almost say no. I mean, but if you're a true fan of the slasher movies, especially of 1981, well then yeah, I say watch it, because there are some good kills, but as a whole, no, I can't sit there and say go watch this movie. I just there were so many other things that we didn't even talk about that bug the shit out of me. Watching this and going, really? No. So no, I don't think I would, unless you are a diehard, horror fan, and you sat down and you go, I'm going to make a list of all the 1981 slasher movies, and I'm going to go in order, and I'm going to watch every one of them. Okay, well then you should watch it. But no, I don't think I would. There are so many other ones that I would say go watch these instead.
This movie for me is like you're making a nice cake, and you've got all the ingredients for the cake, and you put the time to make the cake, and it's a really good cake. But then you realize after you've had a couple bites, there's a little poop on it.
A little poop.
A little poop at the very end. A little poop at the very end.
You keeping it
now?
You keeping it G-rated?
You can have your cake, but there's a little poop at the very end.
There's just a little shit that's.
Yeah. Now, if you want cake, you will get cake here, and I think the cake here is worth it up until the poop. The ending is just so good. I'm so into this slow build up with the dad going from the house to the cemetery to the cottage to the happy birthday to me, to him sitting down and just going through like this crisis for like a solid 30 seconds at the end, where he's just putting his head into his hands. I love that bit so much that it's almost worth everything that comes after, and everything up until that point is fine. So I would almost say, yeah. I would, if you have nothing better to do for 2 hours, yeah. That basically makes it worth. That ending makes it worth it for me until the ending.
What about this? What about we tell, hey, watch it up until about an hour and 47 minutes, and as soon as the dad rolls in, and she comes in with the birthday, turn that shit off.
Exactly. When the dad puts his head into his hands, turn off the movie. That's the perfect spot to end.
I would say do that.
If you do that, honestly, if there's a fan edit of just that, this movie goes from 27 Rotten Tomatoes to like a 70% to me.
I would say do that. I would recommend doing that. I think you would be. I think you're a lot more happier with the movie.
Agreed.
Yeah. That's actually good. That's a good way of looking at it. Because there's many movies I'm like, fuck, what is that? Take that ending out. Take that middle 10 minutes out. We just skip shit. Skip that scene.
Skip the little poop at the end.
Skip the shit at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
some good kills. Definitely some good kills. Acting isn't terrible.
No,
the
Ginny's quite good.
There's some good there's definitely some good creepy stuff happening. Some creepy stuff that I wish wasn't happening with her and that doctor. Hell, even her and her father, a little weird. But yeah. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow us at both Twitter and Instagram at Ear for Fear. You can also check out our website, earforfear.com. There you can purchase merch and stay up to date on current episodes as well as news and events. We hope you come back and get an earful. See you soon.